Hi, today we're going to see the differences between present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. So let us start. Before continuing for the explanation, I would like to start from the beginning. So let's go back a little bit. Here I have a chart with practically the thing that would be all the tenses in English. I know that there are other ones that could be kind of exceptional and that don't fit in this chart, but anyway, most of them, the majority of them, are fit in this chart. Okay, so here we have past, present, and future, and on one side we have the simple form, and on the other side we have the continuous form. And yes, of course, there's another family which is the perfect, but anyway, it is still divided in simple form and then continuous form. Okay, now about the simple form. It is simple because it is obviously the simplest way to present a verb either in past, present, or future. You're actually talking about facts that happened before, then, okay, in that moment, facts that happen right now, that could be my, something that happens frequently in my life, okay, and facts that will happen in the future. For example, I played, and I could say that I played chess yesterday. I could say something about present that I normally play game boards once a week, and in future I will play Catan next weekend. Okay. Now we have the part of continuous. Continuous is going to be focused on the duration of that activity, not exactly the activity or the fact of the activity. It would be more about the length of time that actually it covered and the moment that it took in that past, in this present, or in that future. And here we have some examples. I was playing Catan. I was playing Catan yesterday with my husband. I am playing Jaipur right now with my friends, and I will be playing this Sunday at Risk with other friends, okay? I'm not going to be actually going for more details because essentially what I want you to get in this moment is the difference between something that is simple and something that is continuous. And obviously there are many other details about these tenses, but today I'm not going to be explaining them, okay? Now let's move on into the perfect ones. As I told you, they are also divided into the part of simple, focusing on the facts, and in the continuous, focusing on the duration of those facts, okay? And we're going to start with the part of present, perfect, simple. As I was saying, like I have played board games many times in my life, and the part of continuous, I could say I have been playing Catan for 3 months now, okay? And that's the thing that we're going to start differentiating. Later on, we're going to fill these other 4 gaps about past perfect and future perfect, but today, let's focus on present perfect. So, present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. They're quite similar, but there's a little tiny difference there. Present perfect simple actually focuses on the result. It actually answers the question, how many or how much, even if you're not asking it. But it could be like how many times something has been repeated, like how many times have you gone abroad, or how many times have you traveled. And you have the part of how much, which is how much of that work has been completed. So how much of that essay you have written, or how much of your homework have you done so far, okay? Anyway, remember that is so far now, okay? Like right now you can just cut it, in the time and give me the result, how much you have done so far, okay? So that's why normally, and I'm not saying that it's exclusively, but normally and generally you have a number for result, okay? Now you have the part of present perfect continuous. That's focused on the activity, not the result. The activity indeed, the duration of the activity, the progress of that activity. And that's why this one answers how long. How long have you been writing that book? How long have you been doing your homework? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, okay? I'm talking about time. Another example. Look at this guy. He's resting at home, okay? So I can have these questions. How long has this guy been living at this flat? I don't know, a month, a year, 5 years, all his life? So again, I'm talking about the duration of time that he has been living at this flat, which he is still living, okay? And how many times has he moved from house to house? Probably at the beginning when he was living with his parents, they moved 2 times. And then when he just grew up, he just wanted to move out from his parents' house and rent or buy his own place. So 3 times so far. So again, the result, how many times has he repeated this action of moving from one house to another one? And the result is 3. Now be careful. If you actually want to answer when, you need to change the way that you're talking. You need to change the question, you need to change the answer, because you're answering when. And when is answered with past simple. When did he move out from his parents' house? When? Oh, I could say yesterday. He moved out yesterday, and today he took that picture, okay? So please make the difference. If you want to actually tell me when he did that action in that moment in the past, you're talking about past simple. But if you are going to talk to me about the duration of something that is still happening now, if you want to tell me about the results of those things that affect my present, those experiences that I have accumulated so far, now you're talking about present perfect, either simple or continuous. Okay, so here we have another explanation that might be helpful for those who are a little bit more visual, okay? I'm going to draw here a timeline. Here in that line is going to be the present, something that is obviously happening in this instant, and then the next instant, and this instant again, okay? Now, before that, obviously before everything that is now, we have something that is the past, okay? And what happens after now? The thing that we imagine, that we predict, could be the future. So that's our future. That's a timeline. That is something moving. We know that every single instant in our lives, in this instant, in this moment, is present, and exactly a microsecond after, it becomes past, okay? Now about present perfect simple. Present perfect simple is just this. We have this activity happening here in the past, okay? Let me just change the color to make it clearer. Okay, so we have this activity happening in the past, then we have another activity, sorry, that is not happening, that happened in the past, another finished action in the past, another finished action in the past. All the past is a bunch of finished activities, okay? Anyway, we can change the perspective. Either we ask for the when, and that's when we actually use past simple, okay? And we use past simple because we want to know when that activity actually finished in that past, or we use, you know, the part of repetition here, 1, 2, 3, and the result of these 1, 2, 3 activities that I repeated, how they affect my present. They are part of my experience, okay? As I was saying with this guy on his hammock with his dog in his place, just enjoying life, okay? So he has moved 3 times in his life. When I don't care, okay? I'm not saying exactly what day he moved out. That's not important and is not relevant when I'm speaking in present perfect. What is important and relevant is the number of times that he has done that activity till now, and that's important. Until now. Until now, okay? That's quite important. That's my limit time, now, okay? Now, what about present perfect continuous? Again, if number 3 is the last time that he actually moved, okay? And now he's living in his flat, so I don't know exactly when that happened, but I know that it started somewhere in the past, and it has continued happening for some time now, till obviously now, because this is the present, okay? And that's present perfect continuous. He has been living in this way, and I'm emphasizing that since that moment in the past that I don't know when it started actually, till this moment. And I think that's the point of it, until this moment. And that's why it is called present perfect, because it's until this moment. And if it's included in this moment, we're talking about present. Okay, so that's all about present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. I really hope that it has been clear. Goodbye!